I noticed a huge difference with these headlights. Even the reverse light has been awesome. So we're gonna be picking up the boat here in a couple minutes. There's everything. You guys can see the tire pressures. I need to go through and do all them. I'm gonna start running them at 55 pounds. So I just haven't had time. I drained a good bit out of them, but I haven't gotten the time to like drain enough out of them. So I got 2.5 hours till drop off, but we're almost at the shop to pick up the boat. So that'll bring it down to like 2 hours and 20 minutes, making us super early. I got up decently early this morning, a little earlier than I really needed to, but I would rather be over prepared and hopefully drop early. So we shall see. But loving these headlights on the back roads. I can see everything. All right, sorry it's dark. So I went and replaced the fuse for this side, and the lights still don't work. They actually haven't worked since I started messing with the fuses yesterday. So we have one good tail light. I gotta replace the marker light on that side or resolder it, something like that. So, and then up here, I'm gonna be getting rid of all 3 of these lights. I'm so sick of the ones in the middle. So, by the way, these are super bright. So, it wasn't the fuse. Oh man, I'm getting sick of lights in general. So I came back here, doing my pre-trip whatnot, and so this tail light's good. Oh, look at that. We're missing a tail light. So, this kind of sucks. I'm gonna get the wiring put together on this sometime tonight, and then I'm so tired of aftermarket lights. Like, I know it's not the light's fault, but like up here, I've rewired this, soldered this and everything, and then one of these goes out. So I'm done with these. Like, I'm getting rid of these absolutely. And then just running. I love aftermarket lighting, but good God, it is so hard to upkeep, especially with the salt in Pennsylvania. All right, we made it to New Jersey. I'm like 14 minutes away. I could have taken the toll road. It would have taken me like 10 minutes less. But there's traffic, so I don't know what was worth it. But we're still, this says I'll get there at like 8:30, and we don't need to be there till 9:45. I don't think they open till 9 anyway. But when I get there, I'm gonna use that time that I have to start messing with the lights. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the tail light out, figure out which one of those connectors is the ground, and I'm just gonna ground it right to the chassis and see if that fixes it. And if it does, I don't know, I have a grounding issue. So I appreciate you guys all. Everybody was basically on the same page that it's a ground. Like I said, I tried changing the fuse out this morning. I started messing with the fuses yesterday sometime, and they haven't worked since. So now that the lights are completely out, it kind of makes it easier to fix, because before the flickering was intermittent. Now they just don't work in general. So there's a boat back there, 3 miles away. Look at all that trash. New Jersey is a hellhole, but I don't know, I guess it's better than Pennsylvania. Fuel's 305 here. All right, here's drop off. Make sure there's no damage underneath. There we go. I'll give the guy the title. Grab my plate. Seems good. No exhaust tip. I don't know if you can see that. He's just casually carrying a Subaru with the forklift. Nothing abnormal here. Alright, well that was super anticlimactic. I got there and he just took it in, said go park it over there and leave. So there was your little walk around. That was about it. I've walked around it like 400 times now. So I'm headed home now. I will be messing with the exhaust and the tail light. Notice the exhaust is hanging a little low. We'll see. I'm gonna make a hanger for it this week as well. So that's in the plans. But other than that, we're about 2 hours and 45 minutes from home. All right, so now, like I said, both of those lights went out. This light went out. These 2 lights went out, and this light went out. But we have tail lights, and this one, obviously, I need to fix that. So that's nothing. We'll ignore that. That can stay out. This one works. I'm gonna cut all of these out and get a new grill. So, and then have to make an exhaust hanger because it's kind of sitting a little low, I guess. So we'll kind of like twist that up a little bit. Figure this out. Probably just, honestly, if I could get a drill in there, probably just self-tapper that sumbitch in. See how that goes. All right, generator is mounted straight with the frame rail right there. That's actually perfect. I am not gonna have to strap this fucker down anymore. So, doesn't look like I have to add any more either. So, these 10 mil self-tappers are actually pretty decent. So I haven't quite figured out this side yet. So I went and ordered a bunch of these and another set of these. This was the only one I had left. So it turns out I'm able to just take that and pop that in there, wrap that in electrical tape, spray some BB blaster in there. And then I'm gonna do the same with all the other ones as they fail. Like this one here, you can see I put some RTV in that. So this is how this connection looks right now. And then I will take that connection as soon as this one dies, and I will replace this one with another one, because then I can just plug it in, electrical tape it, and be done with it. So I'm gonna do the same on both of these sides. You can see here, wiring is so boring. This one here, I have RTV'd, so there's nothing wrong with that one that I know of. And then this one here, I just have a piece of something stuffed in there. So I'm gonna take that out. But if you look inside here, actually, this one's pretty good. It was, I already threw it away. But this one that I pulled out, I wonder if I can grab it. It's probably in my trash can here. Yeah, I don't feel like grabbing that out. But it was all corroded on the inside, so there's that. But now I'm just going through and doing some electrical. Right here you can see there's a bunch of zip ties holding this flare together. I'm gonna kind of do the same on this side, because what's been happening is this thing's been falling out. So I'm gonna do a bunch of stitches down along this and not care. I need to push this tip in a little bit more too. I pushed it in more. I might just leave it there because it's obnoxious until I get bored of it, and then I'll press it in more, but that is really tight. So I'm gonna get you drilling holes and yeah, throwing some zip ties in it. All right, so there's this side done. This shouldn't, well, maybe I should tighten them up a little bit. This was a pain to get my hands in there, so I might just ignore it, or, oh, there we go. Cool. So that definitely shouldn't be flapping. This should all be a lot sturdier now. I made this hole a little bigger accidentally because I was gonna try to stick the whole zip tie through, because getting my hand up there didn't work, but then I made it work. So yeah, that hole's a little bigger, but whatever. And then this one done. So we're just using the inverter for the solder. You can turn this off, pull this extension cord out. So, alright, still have not figured out why this side doesn't work. Even the license lights don't work either. So it's like, I tried the ground. I got a, somewhere, I threw the wire somewhere. Oh, here it is. I tried to ground the connector and see if that would do anything, and it did not. But we have turn signals, reverse lights, and four-ways and brake, but no tail. So it's kind of weird, I don't know. All right, so you guys can see here, I'm gonna take these 3 lights out, but before that, I wanna show you this. So I gotta get that taken care of. We already got the one up here. So tires are good, everything's good back here. Kind of digging the back end look of this, to be honest. Like, it just, I like it. I don't know, it's finally coming together. At some point I'll get a new tailgate, because this one's kind of beat. This light's cracked. The big dent. So the goal today, I need to get the tail lights working and the side marker lights working. So I'm going to tear all the wiring apart on this side, figure that out. This, with all the big bumps, has not moved. And then later on, since I take 2 weeks off, I'm gonna work on pulling this whole thing out and throwing like the mattress and everything. If you guys can see, I cut it so it's like perfect. I'm gonna take this out, take all this out, put the back seats back in so that I can have the kiddos in here. And yeah, so start tearing these apart. Well, actually, no, we're gonna start tearing the front apart first. Forgot. Keep distracting myself. I need to take these out. I need to get a new grill at some point as well, but get them out. You're probably wondering, why did I prioritize this over, you know, things we actually need? Because this took 30 seconds, that's why. All right, so what I would like to do is, since I have the schematic for these, I'm going to take this connector and I'm going to run a jumper to this connector where we have working lights. See, they work. I'm gonna try that. And if these lights come on, we will know that there's an issue. I've already tried grounding it. The ground did not work. You can see I did some of that. I need to paint that so it doesn't rust any more than it already is. So I'm gonna try that. We'll see what happens. All right, well, it was, I took it from pin 1, which is the park lamp, to pin 1 over here. And guess what? Every light works. So everybody who said it was a grounding issue, I appreciate your guys' comments, because I did not disagree with you guys one bit. I used to do electrical for a living, so it's like I was just kind of like all over the place that day. So it's kind of nice that a bunch of you did comment and tell me things to do. I did do, like, I noticed that it was only happening when I was plugged to a trailer, so I was like, okay, so somebody had mentioned unplug the trailer, which I did that, and it seemed to not do it for a while, but then eventually it just became a permanent issue. So somewhere along the lines, we are not getting power. Now, we have the option, which I have more lights coming. This is brand new, and it's giving me an issue already. Like, this company is absolutely terrible. Hopefully this one lasts a lot longer, because you guys can see it's all wrapped up nice inside the new connectors, whereas this one is hardwired to that one. This one's brand new. They're all brand new. That's the bad part. Like, brand new. It's already cracking. I don't know. Screw it. So now we know that that's the issue. So I thought about going back and figuring out where. I just actually cut that and then spliced that back in, because we're gonna run it right to this wire here, which is for the 4-way connector that we don't use, because we have that. So like I said, I was going to just do one, figure out where it was broken at, but for the time and effort to do that would not be worth it. So I'm going to run a new wire from this connector over to the 4-way and tee everything in, solder everything, make everything nice, and then all of the lights will work again, and then I shouldn't have any more issues. If it ever becomes an issue in the future, then I will go through and rewire everything again, but hopefully I do not have to. Again, we're breaking out the trusty soldering iron, which is right here. So running that. I could run the extension cords, which I have a bunch of them, but it's just not worth it. I don't feel like doing that. So I'm gonna go turn these lights off, solder everything, and go from there. I know it's loud, but I figure I'll break the generator out for this and just run it out here, just to be able to use it and let it actually run for a little bit. This thing starts up great. All right, so ignore this part. Here we go. We're messing with the brake specs and the tire specs for the sticker, and unfortunately I didn't realize my inspection or my registration was out as well, so I just took care of that. It's got new insurance cards and everything, and here's the tire specs, here's the brake specs, because we're gonna do new pads we're gonna do tomorrow, so we just put a 12, so we'll do that tomorrow. All right, there it is. We passed. So all the lights, I'm gonna go over this now so that everybody can see it. Turn the 4-ways on, turn the lights on. That one I'm gonna replace. Awesome. All 3 of these, marker lights, everything. So, then we'll come up here. Look at that. Perfect. Finally, all the lights work. So, I'm gonna take out the sleeper. This is gonna go, and then we're gonna hit the storage unit and take all of this out. So, and then throw this in the storage unit, because I'm gonna be off for another week and a half, so might as well use it for the kids. All right, so it's been a while since I could show you a full look at the truck, just because of the fact that the back windows, I do have to block them. I've gotten plenty of comments on the DOT stuff. I am not going to be revealing that for a good while, but now I can actually show you the whole truck and everything. So there's the exhaust tip. I'm gonna leave that sticking right where it's at. I'm gonna make a hanger for it this week, obviously, but I'm gonna leave it sticking out as far as I do now, just until we get the back mud flap on here. And then I also accidentally broke the key off inside of this, so I'll probably just go buy another one. I have a second key. If I can get the key out, great. Put down below some ideas on how to get that key out. I know some of you guys know how to do it, so it's like, just give me some ideas. So other than that, yeah, so tip sticks out a bit much. And then I ordered magnets for this to mount it, and they turned out that they were just backing plates and not actual magnets, so I'm kind of annoyed by that. These things here on the back, I thought that that was magnetic. Apparently they're not. So, didn't realize that. So I'm gonna order a really big magnet for that. I'm gonna pull this out. It shouldn't be that bad, but I'm gonna get into the storage unit, start throwing everything in there, grab the back seats, and see how that goes. All right, so I'm getting a rhythm down. Take that top board off, which is gonna get replaced eventually, but I'm gonna use that top board for the support. And then here's basically what it looks like underneath. So at some point I'll have to vacuum this out, but I am going to put the back seat belts back in, figure out where those go, and then gotta pull all these bolts out. I'll leave the air compressor because this is gonna be nice anyway. So, and then this is the little inverter I got. This thing kind of sucks, to be honest, but it does what I need it to, but it really sucks in the aspect of, if I lug the engine really quick, it'll start beeping and not working. If I start the truck while this is running, it'll start beeping and will not reset until I stick my hand all the way back down here while driving to hit this button. It is such a pain. So I will be getting a bigger one eventually, but for now, that's what we got to work with. All right, so within about a half an hour, 45 minutes, something like that, you have normal back seats again. It's amazing how easy that is. So I can, I guess I can deal with doing that every time I come home. I just need to figure out this mess back here. See, I wanted a crate for in the cab so that I could like put my food and all my miscellaneous stuff in there, but let me know. So picture what I had before, right? So the sleeper, the bed sits right about here. I was thinking to build something that would come up and we could put a microwave back here somehow, and then my cooler, I can just keep the cooler in back here. That's not a big deal, but the microwave inside would be super nice. So let me know what you guys think about that. Other than that, I need to go order some brake pads and a couple other things, go get the boy. And then tomorrow I will be dealing with axles and brakes and front end stuff. So this will be fun. Other than that, I also want to get a thing to put this in the bumper somehow. So we'll see. I'm gonna probably check the oil. Oil pressure gauge is down to like 61 PSI on the highway, which tells me that it's low. Usually it sits at about 63. So always pay attention to that. Oil pressure gauge, yes, I do have a little bit of an oil leak.